What is up, beautiful people, and welcome back to What's New with ME, the show where we are breaking news and we're getting them roasted, toasted, and seasoned with a little bit of empathy before serving it to your mental dinner plate. I'm your host, Ali Madawi, and today's lineup is so stacked, it makes Vegas buffet look so light. We've got LeBron baiting the world with cognac ad, Pam Bondi dodging accountability like she is a political dodgeball league, James Comey getting hit with charges he wants enforced, Charlie Kirk's leaked text messages dropping more drama than a Bravo reality show, Diddy trading bad boy luxury for Bureau of Prisons austerity, and Ghislaine Maxwell whispering about pardons from her no-so-secret hideaway. And oh yeah, the FBI maybe, just maybe, possibly, definitely, snooping on sitting senators under a project called Arctic Frost. This is not a Netflix script. This is your country's news cycle. Let's get into it. King James had the world on edge. He called it the decision of all decisions. Sport fans held their breath. Was he retiring, launching a super league with Bronny, announcing his bid for president? Nope. It was a commercial for Hennessy, a liquor ad. The only decision made was whether to serve it neat or on the rocks. Fans were furious. Social media lit up like Las Vegas Strip. Some said they felt gaslit. Ticket prices even spiked from the hype, meaning fans lost real money chasing a fake moment. Here's the thing. Marketing experts are also split. Half say it's genius because controversy is currency. The other half says it's credibility nuke. You don't dangle your entire legacy. It's an April Fool's joke. Fans like me love LeBron. They wanted clarity about his future, not to be tricked into a free liquor marketing. But imagine if Jordan had hyped The Last Dance and it turned out to be a Pepsi commercial. That's how betrayed people feel. And LeBron, if this was the decision of all decisions, buddy, maybe next time, let it be about basketball, not about bottle service. AG Pam Bondi and the Senate showdown. Buddy. Pam Bondi marched into the Senate Judiciary Committee and turned her oversight hearing into a game of dodgeball. Senators threw questions and she ducked. Yeah, yes or no became, well, that depends. Democrats accused her of politicizing the DOJ, shielding allies and targeting opponents. Republicans praised her as a refreshing change. Bondi herself, she gave answers so vague you could project a Marvel movie on them. Americans need to trust the Justice Department. We need to believe that Lady Justice isn't peeking under the blindfold. But if trust in the DOJ was a bank account, we're in overdraft. And Bondi just charged us an overdraft protection fee. The crux is simple. Is the DOJ an institution of law or just another arena for political cage matches? Right now, it feels like a WWE with subpoenas. And James Comey is indicted. Oh, how the tables turn. James Comey, the man who became a political punching bag in 2016, is now in court himself. A grand jury indicted him for allegedly lying to Congress and obstructing a proceeding. It ties back to his 2020 testimony where he denied authorizing leaks. He pled not guilty, stood tall in Alexandria, and said, "Not me." But here's where it gets messy. Prosecutors admit their key witness could undermine their case. DOJ insiders oppose bringing charges, calling it weak, politically motivated, and maybe even a payback. If prosecutions are used as revenge, we all lose. The justice system becomes a weapon instead of a shield. The guy who investigated Hillary's emails, Trump's Russia ties, and everything in between is now the headline himself. You couldn't script irony this sharp without royalties. And the jury, Well, they won't just be deciding Comey's fate, they'll be deciding whether the DOJ is still a temple of law or a tool of politics. And now, Candace Owens leaks Charlie Kirk's texts. Drum rolls, please. Candace Owens, which I don't usually agree with on many things, pulled out her phone and dropped screenshots of Charlie Kirk's private texts. They revealed Kirk fuming about losing a $2 million donor because he wouldn't cancel Tucker Carlson. His words, Jewish donors play into all stereotype. I cannot and will not be bullied like this. He allegedly predicted his own death a day before he was assassinated. TPUSA confirmed at least part of it is authentic. The rest, well, it's now under investigation. A young man was killed. His final words, real or partial, are now fueled for endless conspiracy theories. Families are grieving while X argues. Conservative politics right now has more drama than a Kardashian reunion. Who's in the group chat? Who's out? Who lost the $2 million donor? Tune in next week. But beneath the satire is something real. The toxic fusion of money, ideology, and influence in politics. When donors hold the power of life, death, or narrative, democracy itself is on a group chat chopping block. Diddy gets 50 months. Sean Diddy Combs, once known for yachts, Grammys, and champagne showers, is now known for a federal sentence. He got 50 months in prison, plus probation and $500,000 in fines, convicted for transporting people for prostitution, but acquitted for the heavier trafficking charges. Prosecutors wanted 11 years. Defense begged for just over a year. Judge split the difference. Now his lawyers want him placed in Fort Dix, a low-security prison in Jersey, close to family, with rehab programs that could shave some time off his sentence. Behind the headlines is a man with kids, employees, and fans. A fall from power this public isn't just his punishment. It ripples out to everyone around him. Diddy went from can't stop, won't stop to cell block TikTok. Bad Boy Records is now playing on Bureau of Prisons radio. Trump claims Diddy called him for a pardon. Imagine that. Puff Daddy calling the Donald, asking him for mercy. That's a collab no one had in the playlist. And speaking of a pardon, Ghislaine Maxwell and the Pardon Whisper. Ghislaine Maxwell is still serving 20 years for conspiring in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking empire. Her last appeal was rejected by the Supreme Court. Case closed, right? Not quite. Rumors swirl that Trump might pardon her. He says he'll take a look. Biographer Michael Wolff claims there may already be a secret deal in the works. What in the actual fuck? She was moved to a less restrictive facility. She reportedly met with Deputy AG Todd Blanche. Survivors deserve healing, not another reminder that power can bend rules. If Ghislaine Maxwell gets pardoned before low-level weed offenders, man, America officially runs on upside-down logic. We'll have to replace Lady Justice with Lady Chaos. Speaking of chaos, Arctic frost. No, it's not a North Pole story or a White Claw flavor, but the FBI surveils bombshell. Arctic frost was an FBI investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. In 2023, the FBI pulled phone metadata on 8 Republican senators and House member: Graham, Hawley, Johnson, Blackburn, Tuberville, Haggerty, Sullivan, Loomis, and Kelly. Not content, just toll records. Who called who? When? How long? What was said? Still, these were sitting U.S. lawmakers. Republicans call it unconstitutional spying. Worse than Watergate. FBI Director Kash Patel fired agents tied to the probe and disbanded a corruption task force. Trump called Jack Smith a real sleazebag. Legal experts amid metadata grabs are standards, but targeting lawmakers, that's the kind of thing that cracks democracy at the foundation. No American, Republican, Democrats, or independents wants their elected leaders wired shadowed without oversight. It kills trust in institutions. Arctic Frost sounds less like a DOJ investigation and more like a polar seltzer flavor. But the aftertaste here is a little bitter, and democracy teeth are shattering. So what do we got today? A superstar selling liquor as legacy, an attorney general dodging accountability, a former FBI director, now defendant, a conservative leader assassinated with texts that shake his movements, a hip-hop mogul headed to prison, a trafficker possibly getting pardoned, and an FBI operation that snooped on lawmakers under the code name Arctic Frost. Different stories, same theme. Trust, power, accountability. Who has it? Who's losing it? And who's laughing at us while it all burns? I'm Ali Madawi. This was What's New with ME. And remember, stay skeptical, stay curious, and always keep your empathy louder than the noise. Because if you don't laugh at the absurd, you'll cry at the reality. And sometimes, just sometimes, my friends, we need to do a little bit of both. I'll see you next time.
In a world of digital noise, your brand deserves a command center. Welcome to ME Studios, where your vision doesn't just get captured, it gets amplified. This isn't just another production space. This is your complete media powerhouse. Our multi-unit facility in New Jersey is engineered for brands that refuse to be overlooked. We transform your voice into professional podcasts streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and beyond. Your stories become headlines across 300-plus media outlets, including Fox, ABC. Behind every viral moment is strategy. Our content creation and SEO campaigns don't just chase trends, they create them. From concept to distribution, we build the digital presence others envy. Your brand, your voice, your time to dominate. Visit the mestudios.net and turn potential into impact.